Our next inductee has worn many hats in the sport of boxing, and quite successfully, all of them. He was born in Cuba, but came to the U.S. as a youngster, settling on Miami Beach and later Fort Lauderdale. His main goal growing up was to be a professional boxer. But at the age of 18, he met a man who was a mentor for several of us who have already been inducted to the Florida Boxing Hall of Fame. And I'm referring, of course, to our own great Hank Kaplan. He took a liking to this young guy and advised him to forget about being a boxer and focus on getting a good education. He took Hank's advice, and by the late 1970s, he embarked on what would become a very successful career in the banking industry. But boxing remained in his blood, like it does for all of us. He teamed up in 1981 with his mentor to promote a series of very successful shows at the War Memorial Auditorium in Fort Lauderdale. After 4 years of promoting, he returned full-time to the banking industry, where he has served terms as president for both SunTrust Bank and Bank United. In 2006, he was approached by then Governor of Florida, Jeb Bush, to serve on the Florida State Boxing Commission. He served until last year, several years as chairman. He stepped away from the commission to return to the business of promoting. He put on a series of successful shows at the Magic City Casino down in Miami. With all that he's done, and all he's been able to follow in the steps of his mentor, Hank Kaplan, as a boxing historian, working to promote the accomplishments of the men in the ring. He once gave me a great piece of advice a few years ago. He said, always remember, when you're announcing, it's the fighters that are the stars of the show. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my true honor to welcome to the Florida Boxing Hall of Fame one of the sport's true gentlemen, boxing historian Ramiro Ortiz.
Thank you. Thank you, Bob. I was actually 14 when I had that encounter with Hank Kaplan, and I'll talk a little bit about it. First of all, a big thank you to the Florida Boxing Hall of Fame, Butch, Kathy, Steve, Sam. What you all have accomplished in 3 short years is spectacular, and I'd like to thank all of you for your hard work with the Boxing Hall of Fame. Special thank you to my family, my wife Alicia, who's here, daughter Jenny, daughter Christy, daughter Michelle. Please stand up and be recognized for a second. My son Michael couldn't be here. Jenny and Christy grew up where part of growing up was going out all over Fort Lauderdale, putting up boxing posters every place they would let us, and those were great times. And Jenny and Christy, thanks for all the help you gave Hank and I. A very, very special thanks to Hank Kaplan. In 1964, I was 14 years old and approached Hank Kaplan, and I was scared to death. And he took a 14-year-old serious, who told him that, Hank, I love boxing, I want to be a fighter, how do I become a part of all of this? And Hank took a 14-year-old serious, and he made me part of this wonderful world we call boxing. And you know, all those shows we put on at the War Memorial Auditorium for 4 years, monthly shows, Hank and I had a handshake, and that was our contract, a handshake. And we never ever disputed a nickel, and that was a relationship that Hank and I had throughout our whole lives. And today is dedicated to Hank Kaplan. Thank you, Hank. I want to congratulate my fellow inductees to be here and to be a part of this. Great world champion like Freddie Pendleton, who was dedication, stick-to-itness. John the Beast Mugabe, one of the hardest punchers I ever saw. Elijah Obed. Elijah, I saw so many of your fights in Miami Beach. I know Mo Fleischer is smiling on you today. Congratulations. Great legends like Quintero and Holman Williams. It's particularly gratifying for me to be inducted with lifelong friends like Tommy Torino, Dwayne Simpson, Eddie Eckert, who refereed all of our shows at the War Memorial Auditorium, Frank Freeman, who made an art out of announcing. It's a privilege. If today's induction is because of my accomplishments in boxing, then I probably don't belong in the Florida Boxing Hall of Fame. If today I'm being inducted to recognize a lifelong devotion and love of the sport of boxing and promoting boxing every single minute of my waking life, then it's with great pride that I accept this honor and that I join the Florida Boxing Hall of Fame. Thank you.